WavyOcho, I'm gonna react to there will never ever be in the XXL Freshman like 2016, bro. I ain't gonna. I remember that year. That year was pretty good, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Pretty good year for like music, wrestling, all that, bro. Like YouTubers, all that, bro. I like 2016.
Never ever be an XXL freshman class like 2016. Is the title a bold statement? Well, yes and no. To say the cipher was amazing is an understatement. The vibe, the energy, the bamboozlement of colorful hair, the iconic gray wall, the sorry-ass beat, everything about this 5-minute video was iconic. For many, people associate this time as the best year of their life. This moment was a glimpse into the history of music in 2016 and how much it meant to them. To best summarize how this cipher in class felt, it would be something like this. I actually do go to dances.
Arguably the greatest XXL lineup of all time. You had Lil Yachty, Kodak Black, Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Dicky, Dave East, Denzel Curry, Designer, and G Herbo. All of them probably didn't know at the time that they would provide the most iconic ciphers, which you can argue that it still hasn't been topped by the later ciphers ever since it dropped views-wise. This moment was a turning point for each of their careers because just making it to the XXL Freshman list class at the time solidified their position as the best rappers in the game. As of now, XXL has since turned into a laughingstock since the list has quote-unquote gotten worse basically every year. Okay, I'm gonna remove the quote-unquote. It has gotten worse every year.
Goddamn, I feel like the man. Freshman of the year, I woke up like the man.
She go get money, let's go.
We got the money, shake it, sorry. We say, cause my eyes twitching, that means that somebody talking.
What type of dance is that? What type of dance is that?
But don't take it from me. Take it from the comments on XXL every year they release the freshman list. You can make the argument that 2016 was perfect. 2016 was the introduction to modern hip-hop. You had your SoundCloud rappers, conscious rappers, trap rappers, and melodic rappers all collaborating to make a modern classic that still stands 7 years later. The 200 million plus view count explains itself. And what's even crazier is that all of them from that cipher are still relevant. All of them are even bigger than anybody thought they were going to be years down the road. The 2016 XXL freshman list was simply nothing we had ever seen before. This class managed to balance their skills with their iconic trolling, leading to the most YouTube views in the publication's history. Now, believe it or not, before this group was liked, they were hated. Many people called this class the worst of all time in that they won't last a year of being relevant. People forget, but there were memes of how quote-unquote trash the list was. Not just the 2016 XXL class, but the SoundCloud era and modern rap as a whole.
Some of them that was in that like cover in 2016 still making music, bro. Still like fake relevant. You are like they still relevant. They fake relevant. Like Kodak, Lil Uzi Vert, G Herbo, like 21 Savage, all rappers.
Now, the hip-hop community has always been in disagreement about the next generation's music, but 2016 was peak hate, let me tell you. And it kind of makes sense why lots of critics at the time downplayed all of them. Many rap fans, including old hip-hop artists, weren't used to the vibrant hair color and playful lyrics. It was unheard of, and many thought it ruined rap since XXL was the place for national recognition. But it just turns out that the old heads and critics weren't ready for the takeover that was soon to come. And really, it started with the 2016 XXL freshman class. We will truly never see an XXL group like 2016.
Stand as still as you can and look like a mannequin. It's the latest craze to
a revolutionary smartphone game or a potentially lethal fad.
Clown sightings are happening across the country and it's no laughing matter.
I don't know how you feel about mumble rap, but mumble rap is one of the weirdest things to me.
It's bizarre.
What is happening?
It felt like 2016 was the last year before social media consumed us and it became part of our lives. Many people from my generation say that this year was the best, but I think it's generally people getting high off that nostalgia. Not to say it wasn't a good year, but I think people forget how weird 2016 really was. Politics-wise, you had the whole nation surprised that a whole celebrity businessman won the presidency. The most popular dance was the dab and quickly became cringe.
Yeah, the dab. Anybody could do the dab. I could do the dab right now, but I don't want to. Feel me?
Was called musically. Iconic Titans passing away. Rest in peace to all of them.
I never used musically before. I don't know if musically still a thing in 2023.
Music side of things, specifically hip-hop, classic albums released in this time period. Streaming services were taking over as they surpassed physical sales as the largest revenue stream for the music industry. This is how most of the 2016 XXL members were found, through streaming services, specifically SoundCloud. SoundCloud was a major platform for hip-hop artists in 2016. The platform's unique format, which allowed artists to share their music for free, gave up-and-coming rappers a way to reach a large audience without signing with a major label. In addition to giving artists a platform to share their music, SoundCloud also helped to break new trends in hip-hop. For example, the platform was instrumental in the rise of the SoundCloud rap genre, which is characterized characterized by its dark, underproduced, trap-inspired beats and auto-tuned vocals. Some of the biggest hip-hop stars of today got their start on SoundCloud. For example, Lil Uzi, who's the most streamed artist on SoundCloud in 2016, released his breakout single Money Longer on the platform. The 2016 XXL Freshman list was a major showcase for the sound of SoundCloud rap. The list helped to legitimize SoundCloud rap and auto-tune as legitimate forms of rap, and it also helped to introduce these artists to a broader audience. But what makes this 2016 XXL so special? And why won't we see another XXL like it? That's such a bold statement to make, right? But I'm dead serious. You could argue that there are better XXL Freshman lists lyrically, like for example, 2011, which featured Kendrick Lamar, Mac Miller, Lil B, and more, which wipes the 2016 XXL in terms of lyricism. But that's the thing, 2016 captured the change of hip-hop as it switched to a more melodic style. All the previous ones didn't really change the landscape of hip-hop. Old heads hated the SoundCloud movement, and many thought the artists from that era would fall off. Prime example?
But it never beat on shit.
Nah, cause all I got is old man beats and you're not built for
Hey, listen, it's gonna be a lot of young guys coming up here and they ain't gonna wanna rap on that. I'm trying to tell you, it's changing.
Yo, look, but as I've seen with all you little young motherfuckers that think you nice.
Yeah.
He is pretty nice though. You nice.
Yeah, I'm good.
Y'all get to like 27, 28, and y'all niggas get to struggling and y'all be trying to come back to find that sound.
I ain't gonna struggle, bro.
Alright, we gonna see.
We gonna see.
Oh, you gonna
Uzi did not struggle. He's not struggling, bro. He's still making good ass songs, so he's still kind of relevant. He's still relevant.
And guess what?
I'm a beat.
Yeah. It's gonna be totally different too.
Not only was this era the SoundCloud era, this was also the time when mumble
It's different. It's really different. No, it's really different.
Rappers used to live
melodic rappers. The term implies a mumbling or unclear vocal delivery by artists and has been used to describe rappers who do not share the genre's traditional emphasis on meaningful lyricism. And at the time, people weren't ready for it. Hence why you have people like Snoop Dogg saying this.
I don't know who created it, if it was Future or Migos, but all them niggas sound the same. I said, nigga had me in the studio one night trying to do that. I'm like, man, cut this off. What am I out here doing? Nigga, I don't rap like that.
The term mumble rap came into wider use in the mid-2010s as a number of young rappers such as Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi Vert, and XXXTentacion began to achieve mainstream success with their own brand of mumble rap, or in other words, melodic rap. 2016, as said before, had a significant impact on the sound of hip-hop. The artists on the list helped to popularize new trends like melodic rapping and autotune. They also helped to break down barriers between different genres of music. The 2016 class takes me back to a time, man. Every time I rewatch the ciphers, it just takes me back to the days I associated it with. For me, it was the middle school days. Not having to worry about doing adult things, friends bumping music on the school bus back home. Them teenage years, man. We don't know what we got till it's gone. Crazy how this cipher can bring a whole wave of 2016 nostalgia for me. But the 2016 XXL Freshman list was not just the peak of XXL, it can also be seen as the downfall of XXL as a whole. After the 2016 XXL list, it seems as if they're trying to chase that same high again. First of all, let me point this out. In the years since the 2016 class, XXL has continued to feature some of the most promising new artists in the game. The 2017 class with XXXTentacion and Playboi Carti, the 2018 class with JID, Ski, and Trippie Redd, and many, many more. Of course, no one can ever recreate the magic of the 2016 class. That's a league of its own. But the problem as seen by many is that the XXL list has become more of a popularity contest. The music industry is constantly evolving, or de-evolving, whatever. And the landscape has significantly shifted since 2016. Streaming platforms, social media, and digital marketing have transformed the way artists gain exposure and build fan bases. As a result, the notion of a freshman class might not hold the same weight or relevance as it did back in like 2012 or 2016. The list seems to have lost its sense of purpose and core value over the past few years as they failed to evolve with the times. In the early days, the XXL Freshman list was a way to showcase underground talent that was not getting mainstream attention. However, in recent years, the list has become more focused on commercial success. This has led to the inclusion of rappers who are not necessarily the most talented or innovative, but who have a large following on social media. In the early years, being named to the list was a major career boost for up-and-coming rappers. It was a badge of honor to many. Even Big Sean made a song in 2021 dedicated to the XXL when he made it in the list in 2010. As said before, there are now many other ways for rappers to get exposure, such as social media and streaming services. As a result, the XXL Freshman list is no longer seen as a reliable indicator of talent or a launch pad for new careers. The decline of the XXL Freshman list is a symptom of a larger problem in the hip-hop industry. I definitely think a decrease in quality is a contributing factor, but not a main factor. The shift in hip-hop's culture and sound is the main reason I think XXL fails. The youth, in general, do not know what XXL is and don't care what it is. They need to shift their marketing more toward teens, in my opinion. Now, the XXL is obviously looked at as a joke. But to be fair, even the 2016 XXL Freshman list was looked at as a joke, and probably still is to some people. But it took years to realize that in general, it was actually good. So, is there any solution to this dilemma? Lucky for you viewers, another YouTuber who goes by Chef03 came up with a good solution in his Downfall of XXL video. Great video, by the way. He basically said that in the modern era, the XXL Freshman list should switch it up by having XXL members collectively make an album, which in my opinion is genius. Instead of doing the outdated freestyle that doesn't fit most artists on the list, do a collaborative album. We have already seen it with Coi Leray. She's not a freestyler at all. She would definitely thrive off of taking her time to make a melodic song on an XXL album, such as Lil Mosey, Too Rare, and many, many more. There's more to it in the video, but I don't want to say too much since that's stealing the spotlight from him. So watch his video on the downfall of XXL. Link is in the description, or there, or in the comment section. This video is kinda all over the place, since this video was initially a retrospective look into the 2016 XXL Freshman list. But since I'm talking about the XXL, there's no way I can't not talk about the obvious fall of XXL. It's not dead by any means, but the formula they've been using since the early 2010s, which is the freestyles, is arguably outdated for the newer generation. Now, I get it, XXL can't really stray away from that because that's what makes XXL XXL. But it feels like they're trying to catch the same high from 2016. And hey, I get it, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But in this case, it's broke. Fix it. Fix it now. This goes back to the title of the video. We will truly never see an XXL freshman class like 2016. The sheer cultural impact of the class alone is crazy. The 2016 class helped to define a new era of hip-hop, and their music and style had a major impact on the culture. The class's use of social media and streaming platforms helped to break down barriers and reach a broader audience. And their music helped to usher in a new wave of hip-hop that was more experimental and boundary pushing. That is why I think we will never ever see another XXL like 2016.
Okay, so yeah, that's the vid. Let me know what y'all think about the XXL freshman class over the years, bro. And what was your favorite year of it, bro? Of the XXL shit, freshman shit. And also in 2016 of that year, who was your favorite? Who was your favorite rappers out of that convo? Show me. So yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes. So just check it out. You are.